But if you close your eyes,
Yo guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails using, well, Photoshop CS6. It's just really how I make my thumbnails. And yeah, I use Photoshop CS6 to make my thumbnails. And this is how I do it. So I start it with, I'll name it like how, I'll just name it how I make my thumbnails. And then make sure the width is 1280 by 720 and it's in pixels, and just copy all of this, make sure the background content is transparent, and then just hit OK. And then what I'll do next is, I usually do the text first. I use the fonts called Primetime, and I don't usually use 250 as the like PT. I use 220, and I do, so I'm going to do how to, I do how to up there, how to. Well, it's not going to be how to, is it, for this? It's going to be how I. And then make, I'm going to make it a bit smaller for make, because, I don't know, I just, you know, I usually do that if you've seen my thumbnails. So, I'll make it a different, what I'll do is I'll click off, and then I'll click back on, and I'll change it to 140 again, 140, and then I'll click on some random one. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Okay, so I'll click on 140, right, and then I'll click make my, and I'll actually, shall I do my thumbnails together? No, I'll just keep make my thumbnails. I'll click make, in fact I'll make my go with my thumbnails, and I'll make be on its own. So then what I'll do is I'll go back to how I, and I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to change the font to 220 to 2, and I'll see how that works. So how I, and then make, I think make could be a tiny bit bigger, maybe 160 I'll do. 160, yep, 160 is fine. How I make, and then I'll go to another row and I'll do in the, I might do 200 and, yeah, I'm going to go 220 again. No, I'll go 240 this time. My thumb. If this is too big, I will add my where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it all. And then I'm going to make it so it's 140 for now. And then move it. And then my is going to be deleted. And I'm going to make thumbnails go there for now. I'm going to make thumbnails 220, I think, because it could just match up with how I. 220. That's still too big. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. I'm going to make it 190. 170. Yeah, 170 should do, I guess. Yeah, 170 should do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click make. I'm going to double click on make. And I'm going to go to make my, and then see, I don't like this thumbnails thing. I might have to make thumbnails smaller, but I don't really want to. But it'll work anyway. I know it will. So next, I'm gonna add some cool colouring to the text, and what I'll do is I'll hit blending options. I'll click them already anyway, and then what you do is you hit reverse on gradient overlay, and you can copy this if you really want to. I could usually create mine. So go to the top on red, and I'll do that, and I'll just copy that anyway, and then I'll double click this and go down until it looks good. I think that looks good, yeah. And then I'll click on inner glow, and I will change the inner glow to this, and I will make it so the size is 21, and then I think that looks really cool. And then what I usually do is I copy the layer style, paste it onto, I'm going to paste it onto thumbnails, and then I just change the colour on the gradient overlay. Really, it's quite simple. I'll make it, because I do red a lot, but I'm going to change it this time. I don't use green, but you know, red and green never should be seen, so red, and I don't usually use orange, but orange looks a lot like it, so yeah, I'll try yellow this time. So I'll try this yellow. I'll copy the yellow style, and then I'll go straight to this and I will paste it and then make it a bit darker, so like that. Yeah, that should do. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the inner glow, double click on that and change that to that, and that should look good. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I think that looks fine actually. Yeah, I like that. So then what I do is I paste layer style again, and then what I do with make my is I change it so that gradient overlay is this, and then it's reversed, but I don't like it like that, so I don't reverse it. And then I hit inner glow and I make the inner glow a black for some reason, but make it so the size isn't as big. I'll try and make it like 10, usually a bit low. I check when I've done with the gradient overlay, and then what I do, so I'll make the gradient overlay quite small, like about that, which I think looks good, and then I'll just leave it like that. So I'll leave it like that, yeah. And then thumbnails, I don't know why, this is not usually my best thumbnail sort of thing. I could do a lot better, but right now I'm not doing my full best. And then I hit shift and I select all 3 of my texts, hit Control T, and then I'll flip it around a bit, and that looks quite good. And then I will probably just leave it like that. And then I'm gonna actually add the text 2016. Could it be in that site? No, I can't use it in this. So what I usually do is go to just Star Jedi, and I hit 2016, and I'll change that to around 190. There we go. No, about 170 should do. 170 is fine. And then usually I'll click this, Control T, and I don't know how much it's bent. That's the problem, because I didn't do it with this. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna copy the make my layer style, paste it onto this, and then no, okay, what have I just done? I've just completely messed it up, don't worry. I'll get it back normal, paste layer style, Control T, shift, and then I'll try and match it up. No, I'm holding shift, I shouldn't. About there should do, I'm guessing. That looks about right, doesn't it, really? I'll just leave it like that for now. And then that's what I'd really do. And then what I will do is I'll add an image in the corner, and what I'll usually add is just Photoshop, because that's what I made it with. And I've done a lot of Photoshop tutorials actually. I've just realised that. I've done quite a lot because I like Photoshop, but then I could add another image. I usually would, but there is no other image relevant to this apart from that Photoshop image. And what I'll do is I'll hit blending options, and I'll add a drop shadow and an inner glow and an outer glow. And on the outer glow, sorry, just moved away from my mic a sec. On the outer glow, I'll add whatever colour I want. I'll think as this theme for the video, we're going to go for a yellow type of colour. We'll copy it, yeah, and then we'll make sure it's about 21, and then we'll paste it onto here and make sure that's 21 as well. If we can do this right now, 21. And does that look good? Yeah, I think that looks fine. And then finally, I place this image. I'll show you it right now. I use this image. I don't know what I call it, but I always just paste this, hit shift, make it a bit bigger. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I'll do, move it right to the back. Is that right at the back? Yeah. And then I'll get this. I'll get like what am I doing? I'll get a rectangle. I'll add an opacity of around, so you can still see the background pretty much, so like that. And then yeah guys, that is how I make my thumbnails. If you want to take inspiration from this, that'll be awesome, because it'd be amazing to see some people like using some of these techniques. Try not to copy it like thing for thing on my thumbnails. Like, I'm not saying you can't do stuff like this, just don't copy my thumbnail, don't copy it exactly, because try and make your thumbnails original. But this is how I make mine, so hopefully you guys can take something away from this that you want to improve on. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to give that like button.
Good old Rob.